In this video, we will look at how we can configure the 822 pay scale, okay, into our HRM system inside iREP security. Simply log in. Once you're in the system, we will now introduce the HR module, which is under employee management. There are several functions here to be set up. Namely, we will now set up the employee database. By default, we have actually an Excel template for you to import and export into our HR database. And imagine I've already done so. So now I'll use a typical employee called Johnny. He will be my example to show you what comprises within the HR database. Simply click on the edit button and you can see the details of Johnny Keys. This is his photograph, his NRIC, his employment type. You can choose other types of employment as well. Okay, his typical passwords, the date of birth, you know his age, and of course which religion does he belong to, what is his handphone number, and there'll be two rows of ranks. The secondary row will be the PWM rank that he has attained. This primary row is the role that you have been hired him. So he can be a supervisor, but he can work as a double S, or he can work as a senior security officer or SSO. All right. So once you have keyed in all the details necessary, and of course, the NFC code would be actually the code that is embedded within the PRRD pass. We will teach you how to decode in another video. The employment terms can be stored here, whereby we can keep track of how long has Johnny worked for the company and the previous company. We also keep track of documents such as his PRRD card or pass, front and back images, and when would it expire. We can also store it through PDF or images. Now, the expiry dates form a purpose in the system because the system will automatically alert the HR stakeholder 1 month or 2 months beforehand, depending on your expiry settings, that a particular officer's card is about to expire. We can also store other details such as IC, passport, work permit if it's a Malaysian, and of course, the key employment terms. Once you have loaded the key employment terms into his docket, he can actually view it on his smartphone, which I will show you later. Next, we will click on the Clients tab. These are the clients which Johnny would be able to work for, and simply just check if he is able to work for Bedok Point. Next, we will go into the payroll settings. Now, this will be following the PWM rates, basic rates, that's based on a year. So if this year, let's say for example, he is being increased to 1,200 and it's a 6-day work week, simply click on calculate. We will work out the daily rate, the hourly rate, and the OT rate. You might be wondering, how do we get these numbers? Simply just highlight on the formula and it is highlighted. So this formula is directly from MOM website. So it's very clear to the assessor. We will also indicate here his fixed basic salary that will be illustrated onto the payslip. If this is an option, then we will key in the 822 pay scale, which is 7.33, 2, and 2.67. After which you save. So this will be the basic payroll settings for the officer. It will follow by his CPF settings, his levy, any self-help group funds that he has allowed to. If he has any fixed allowances that you want to reward him using some of the formulas here, you can do so. You are feel free to name your own different types of allowances through the system and the amounts you want to award the officer. If the officer has taken a loan from you, you can always put it here, all right, and you'll be deducted on a monthly basis from his bank account or his payslip. His bank account details will be keyed in here, with the full details. So that completes the settings for the HR. We will now go to certification. So if Johnny Keys has attained any training courses, which is complying to PWM standards, okay, these are all the courses that's listed down. You can add in more courses yourself and certificates that he may attain. And every time he has attained a certain course, you can actually store the certificates in the system like this. Once that's been keyed in, the system will now monitor his PWM status. So Johnny Keys have not attained RTT, Okay, so that's why it's still highlighting in red. Over here, it will also highlight the number of years of experience that he has worked with the company.